revolutionizing the way women grow, work, live, and lead, engaging interviews, insightful book reviews, and timeless gems to aid the modern woman in excelling personally and professionally. Hosted by the multi-passionate Tabitha D. James, Unleash the podcast not only empowers listeners, but also equips them with applicable action-based resources for daily life. Well, hello! I am so excited to be back in your earbuds or your car speakers or your office speakers or wherever we are connected. I'm happy. It has been an amazing few months without the need to produce content. Right before I said I was going to do this shift, I went into prayer. After the shift, I went into prayer. And so I was like, God, if this thing is for me, allow it to align with my life in such a way that I want to do it and I don't feel pressured. And that's exactly what has happened. So I'm super excited to be back and have a dope, awesome, amazing plan for the next few months as we close out 2019. If you're on my mailing list, you know it's a September to remember, and we are preparing for the things that we want, because if we don't prepare for what we want, we'll settle for what we get. So in my journey these last few months, I have just been working on Tiny Tab. Okay, I have been conferencing, retreating, and sitting in myself, my work, and what it is that I want to put into the atmosphere. So if you've been listening to me for a while or you just started, let me catch you up. I do a lot of work with teens as well as, young to middle-aged women, but I do a substantial amount of work with teens. And one thing I'm focusing on is not asking them what they want to be when they grow up, but what it is they want to have, what it is they want to produce in the world. What type of person do they want to be? Not so much focus on the career and that aspect of humanizing, right? So transitioning that into my own life and your life and our lives is, what is it that we want to put out in the atmosphere? What is it that we want to be known for? What is it that we want to be our legacy? And I think when we frame our mind that way, it makes us move a little different. So these last few months, I've been focusing on moving a little different. If you are with me in any place in the online world, I went to Woman Evolve back in July, and I had the time of my entire life. That conference, ooh, child, changed my life, changed my perspective. It was very spiritual, so it dealt with me in the inside. But afterwards, when I got back, I have been putting in the work in the areas of life that I want to see the needle move. And not just the financial needle, but the needle itself. Things I've been sitting on, things I've been procrastinating on, just all of that. So, since the last time we talked, I've remodeled a room. I've refreshed my office. I've refreshed my mindset. I've refreshed the way I keep my car, and the way I compartmentalize information into my mind. I was very intentional with what I consumed before, but now I'm super honed in on that, when I'm listening to what and how that's going, and making sure I'm not overdosing on just content and not putting in work. Because as my mentor in my head, Malik, says, consuming the content isn't the work. Listening to the podcast isn't the work. Going to the conference isn't the work. Watching the webinar isn't the work. Doing the work is the work. So I've been doing the work. I've missed y'all. I hope everything is amazing. Shoot me an email, text, smoke signal, Instagram message, tweet, whatever it is. Let me know some things that you've been doing. Let me know how you've been feeling. Awesome lineup forthcoming. Like I said, I made a plan. So we're doing interviews, book reviews, and just timeless gems for the everyday life. I plan on pouring out what I have, as well as aligning people that I know can pour into you. And it is my hope that you enjoy this new format. You tell other people about this format. And I'm excited. I'm just doggone excited. Before I go, I want to remind you, make it a September to remember. I not just saying that in a cliche, September to remember, it rhymes, but October, November, and December are going to fly by. As we know, once it becomes fall and the holiday season starts to kick in, time just flies by. Next thing you know, it'll be time for the new year, and you don't have any concrete plans, because loosey-goosey plans are just that, loosey-goosey. But when we sit down and we make plans, we add times to those, and some wording and some just action-based relevancy to the plans work better. God's going to change the plan anyways, but he can't change a plan that you don't have. So let's get to work. Let's prepare for what it is that we want, whether we want to move up in our career, whether we want to start a new business, whether we want to enhance our business, whether we want to just work on ourselves personally, because the best thing you can invest in is you. Whatever that is, let's prepare for that. Let's get ready to manifest some greatness. And until next time, catch you later. Bye. Hey friend, real quick before I leave. Today's episode was brought to you by Unleash, a think tank experience event for creative female entrepreneurs. Check out the site. It's in the show notes to learn more details about our events in Columbia and Myrtle Beach this year. Can't wait to see you. Oh yeah, leave a review. Rate, review, and tell someone about the podcast. That's the only way that we can share this greatness. Prepare to unleash. Very encouraging.